What's up, y'all? My name's Greer White. This is the Hunt and Harvest Podcast. This is episode 5. I'm your host. I'm really grateful to be able to do this. Every time I open this camera up and sit down for a podcast, I'm always wondering, is this a complete waste of time? Should I even do this? Who's going to watch it? But then, from what I've already posted, these past 4 episodes, seeing anyone listen to one-on-one with the camera, sit down like this, means a lot. Much less I think one of my episodes recently had 145 views on YouTube, which is crazy. I only post right now on YouTube and Spotify for the podcast, so if you want to follow along on either of those platforms, follow me, subscribe, hit 5 stars, leave a comment, like button, whatever you got. I would be insanely grateful for that, and hopefully the wind is not too bad. We actually just got through a tornado watch. It was really concerning because if you don't know me, I am a peach farmer here in North Carolina. I've been doing this for 2 years now or close to it, and I just started planting trees after I got out of college because I'm really passionate about growing fruit, and I want to farm, and I want to build a business surrounding that. I want to sell fruit, and I want to talk today about dreams and why they matter. So I've got a little bit of notes here, and just sitting out here on the porch in front of the Tar River Duckworks sign, just trying to tell you guys what's up about my life, what's going on, and anything important that I can think of. Hopefully you can derive some value from that. So why dreams matter. That's actually insane. I really shouldn't do a pod outside during a post-tornado watch, but I just like being outside. I don't know what the mic's picking up wind-wise, but I just had to steady the camera and the light here. But thinking of titling this podcast, Why Dreams Matter, from a hopeful farmer and entrepreneur, that's because that's what I want to be. And what I want to be, or that's what I want to be. I want to be an entrepreneur. I want to be a farmer. I want to grow peaches. I want this all to work. I want to sell fruit. I want to document my hunts. I want to document my process of becoming this person in my head that I have. And if any of you have ever heard of White Oak Pastures in Georgia, they've got such a really cool operation, and they're 3 generations deep, 3,000 plus acres. So I kind of have this goal or dream in my head that I am going to be bigger than that, and that is what I want. And I know that it's not about money or how big you can get or whatever, but dreams matter more than just leaving a legacy or achieving a purpose or fulfilling a purpose in life. But they what else is there to do? There's a few pillars of life, family, God, not in this order, God, family, relationships, your health. Sorry, I just lost my train of thought for a second. But there's a few pillars of thought. There's a few pillars of life. Excuse me, gosh, can't talk today. I want to get better at this so bad. And I think it's cool to just do something raw with no edits here and just upload it. But there's a few pillars of life that really matter. And it's God, family, health, Is there really anything else? You want to leave a legacy. You want to build something. And I know that you can't take it with you when you go, but that doesn't sway me from wanting to do it. I want to honor God and honor my family and provide for my family and do these things that I think matter and that I hope that they love and care about and cherish and respect one day. Although it seems silly, just picking up the camera just sometimes it feels like a waste of time. But when you go back to seeing that somebody has listened or maybe derived some value from it, said something like, oh my gosh, thank you. Just that one person is super valuable that got something out of the video. So that's why I'm doing it, and I'm gonna keep doing it, and I want to get more consistent. And I think dreams and a purpose are so important to have in life, because without them, you're just sort of wandering. You've got family, hobbies, work, all these things that matter to you and that are valuable. And there's some pillars of life that you've got checked off or fulfilling those pillars right now, and they're very positive in your life. But maybe you hate your job. Maybe you don't have as many good relationships as you'd like, or many connections, or maybe you don't have a good relationship with God, or maybe you don't believe in that. Whatever it is, you've got some stuff figured out, maybe nothing, and you need a dream, you need a purpose, you need to hold on to it. And everybody I know that is super successful, or that I've talked to that is living an entrepreneurial lifestyle, even farmers who are not just farmers, they're entrepreneurs as well. They've got massive businesses. White Oak Pastures, he's a great farmer. Will Harris, he's clearly, his family and the people before him know what they're doing, and they've made a humongous business out of this. But they're not just farmers. A tornado could wipe out 1,000 of his acres, and he could still move on, because his business isn't just farming. It's obviously clearly surrounded around that, but it's more than that. There's books, there's people, there's a storefront, there's a community, there's employees, there's a life, it's just an epicenter for agriculture and community and business. And that's why I think it's so important to have something to work towards, and to do more than just one thing. People always think I'm a little crazy for just farming or doing fruit trees. It was like I had some people try to talk me out of it, as well. And, maybe they're right for risk factor, but what is life without risks? And I think the biggest risk is staying the same and not doing what you want to do. And this is what I want to do, and I want to get that level. And I just think it's so important to hold on to that dream, because everyone I've talked to, they're just like, do not let go, do not give up, do not listen to the pessimistic advice of other people, that are either projecting their insecurities on you or their failures on you. Don't let them put you down. Your dream is not too big. It's not too out of reach. It's so possible. All of the insecurities and suffering and doubt, you're allowing that into your mind and putting it on yourself. There is no reason to accept that. I'm not saying be crazy optimistic and just wing it all the time, but you're letting that self-doubt, that negativity in, and you have control over what gets in here. So that's super important. And I think writing down your dreams and talking about your dreams and sharing your dreams, that has value. I have moved further and gained new perspective and gained new understanding of my dreams, and increased the magnitude of my dreams from discussions about it, from hearing what other people's dreams are. It's valuable. It's all valuable, but you just can't give up. The whole point, if you live long enough and you just don't stop, it seems that you'll just get it. And I say that not because I've got it. I'm definitely in the freaking beginning of the road. But everybody I see online that's killing it in some sort of fashion, or in person, plenty in person I see, but with the internet you can kind of just find whoever, wherever, and see their success and know that they were probably in your shoes at some point, and that dream is so big and you're like, holy crap, how did they do that? Well, they just never stopped. That seems to be the recurring theme, is that they just never stop doing it. I'm keeping this in here because my ability to talk one-on-one to the camera is crazy bad sometimes. But a friend of mine who has a podcast that's actually doing really well, he's like, just keep it in there. Just keep it in there. So we're going to keep rolling. 9 minutes in and we're still yapping, and I just appreciate anybody who freaking listens, man. This is great. I also want to take a minute to talk about what my actual dreams are, so I have them on camera, and so maybe you may not be talking back to me, but you're hearing what I have to say about my dreams as a 24-year-old with basically no money, and I have a good head start on my dreams. I'm very fortunate to be in the position that I'm in. I'm here in America. I have family land, family equipment. Nothing's perfect, but I have a really good jump And you can't let that get in your head and think, oh yeah, you're good, take it easy. No, you just got to keep stacking wins over and over. But I'm going to talk about my dreams, specifically what I have in my head right now for me in the future, so that maybe you can acquire something out of it as if we were in person. So the dreams that I have, I'm trying to hold the light and the camera tripod just in case this wind knocks it down again. But my dreams are to farm and to hunt. My passions are hunting and agriculture, hence the name of this podcast, Hunt and Harvest. I want to document my hunts because I love hunting. I've been hunting since I was 7 years old. I killed my first deer when I was 7, actually right over there in the corner of the orchard. I'll show it to you. Oops. I won't zoom in, but it's in that corner of the orchard. And that was before these structures were even here, man. Let's get the camera back on me. But 118 yards, 7 years old, 223, killed my first deer. It was amazing. My dad, thank you so much for getting me into this lifestyle because it's the best. And people have been doing it. Humans have been doing it forever. So if you're thinking you're missing something in your life, it might be hunting. But I want to document my hunts. I want to share those experiences with the people I love and the public. I like that. I think it's really fun and it's an amazing memory to have on film. I have not regretted a single hunt video that I've taken. And I want to document the farming entrepreneurship grind that I'm going through right now and show people what I've done, give them the live action experience or give them a documentation of what I did to get here or to get where I am, which in my head sometimes it's like I'm nowhere, but last year, this actually marks like a year of me doing YouTube, I think yesterday. My channel's 1 year old and I'm almost at 5,000 subscribers and I've posted less than 125 videos, I think, and that's including shorts, which are all, by the way, terrible. I'm really bad at shorts. I do not know how to hold somebody's attention for short span. So if you're here 12 minutes into this video, you're the best. You're the freaking best. Tell me, please comment why you're still here. And if you don't know, stay. But I want to document this process, opening a farm stand, growing fruit, harvesting fruit, pruning, the hardships, almost getting struck by lightning. Go watch that video, caught in a lightning storm. Excuse me. Get some water. But if Joe Rogan and Elon Musk can smoke weed on a podcast, then I can probably drink some water, right? Or do it in a tornado watch. Whatever. I want to do that. I want to document this stuff, and I really have enjoyed it, and I think that it's going to provide value one day. So I have this massive millions of subscribers, people who get it, people who want to get it, people who are here to learn, here to be entertained, to not live vicariously through me, but to just see what, can be accomplished. And like watching Meat Eater and Steven Rinella and all these people who are killing it in their industry, I value that. They may not be my most favorite person in the world. They might be. I don't know them, and I'm living vicariously through them a little bit when I watch their stuff. But man, just to see that guy gets to do that for a living, you're kidding me. Well, what's so different about him? Why is he different than me? He's not. He just stuck with it. He didn't give up and he was creative and he tried and he failed and he tried and he failed. And so I want that content creation level for me. I want to make that possible. And I also want to have a farm stand that's like permanent, like an actual retail location where I could sell produce, my fruit, ice cream, freaking homemade ice cream with real milk, real ingredients, beef, maybe have cattle one day, a lot more land, be able to provide a bunch of stuff to my own farm stand and then take in stuff from other growers, other farmers, fruits and vegetables and freaking just everything, man. Milk, eggs, honey, sell beekeeping supplies, do all sorts of stuff at my own stand, sell diesel fuel and propane, and make it a gas station and a venue and an agritourism spot. I mean, not really a venue, but just like a spot where you can have an experience. You know, you can maybe some U-pick, you know, orchard type scenario. I mean, I got big dreams for that, and I'd really like to see that happen. And I've seen it. White Oak Pastures, Inner River Farms, you know, they're different scales, different places, different pieces of the puzzle, but gosh, that would be so cool. And I just know that I can make it happen. You just got to keep that tunnel vision for what you want, and don't let bullcrap get in your way. And I've been letting bullcrap get in my way for a long time, and little by little, I'm just getting rid of it, you know. I watch a whole lot less TV. I doom scroll as little as possible. I wish I did even less. I use the brick to keep my phone from even allowing me to do it. I try to spend as much time outside. I work on my health a lot so that way I can perform my tasks faster and better and be healthier and do it longer, because this is definitely a long game. There is no way that, I'm not gonna say no way, but highly unlikely that I achieve this pinnacle in my head. It's a current pinnacle. There's no real pinnacle in life, I think. I think you're just constantly trying to achieve. You might build some empire, but there's always more that can be done. You know, you're just gonna fix those sets of problems and achieve those goals, those sets of goals, and then you're gonna achieve new ones. I mean, The Rock's kind of a good example of that. I mean, dude started out as a wrestler, and now look, he does everything. He's into everything. He's got his hands in all this stuff. And you're like, oh, he's so lucky, you know, or so perfect. He got all this stuff or got it this way. It's like, bro did something really well and just kept doing it, and then he expanded. He achieved, he expanded, he achieved, he expanded. So that's what I want to do, and that's what I think a lot of people are missing in life, is they don't have a clear direction. And you got to focus on those pillars that I mentioned earlier. You know, you want good family structure, good religion structure. And if you don't believe in religion, you know, I think you should. You think you should look more into it. I'm sure that there's more research for you to do that would probably lead you to having a relationship with God. You know, I just don't see how you can think that all of this exists out of thin air. I mean, you believe in the virgin birth of the universe, but what about the virgin birth of Jesus Christ? You know, I mean, it's not that absurd to I mean, look at us. I mean, how does this even exist? There's got to be a creator. Got to be. Bare minimum, you got to know there's a creator. But I'm not here to push you on that. I'm in awe every day with the beauty of this planet, of this life. And I think it's a waste to just be unhealthy and waste your time and not focus on relationships. And these devices are just vices, you know, if you use them the wrong way. But if you use them the right way, it can be a beautiful and amazing and impressive thing. And it can also be a tool for you to provide for your family and leave and build a legacy. I don't know. I hope the mic's not picking up too much wind. I got the fluff thing on here. But yeah, I mean, I want to create that value for everybody, for myself, for my family. What else is there to do? You know, I mean, just stay comfortable and the same for the rest of my life? That sounds horrible. I mean, sure, I could just do the same thing for a while, bass fish and hunt and have a mediocre job or whatever and just chill and coast through life. That's just not me, man. I want to do more. I want to make more. I want to provide more. I want to be more. And I want to do more. And I want to do more for others. And I just know that this is a valuable way to get somewhere. And I just can't believe that someone who wouldn't even want to be on camera, you couldn't take my picture in high school, just filmed a 20-minute podcast, completely vulnerable, allowing you to hear me mess up and go off on tangents and talk about dreams and purpose. And I'm just really grateful for each and every one of you who's viewed any of my videos, listened to any of my podcasts. I've got a lot more to give and a lot more to provide in this life as long as I keep living. So thank you guys for watching. Please rate me. Give me a super if you want. Check out one of my t-shirts on my website. Links are in the description. And just stay tuned for more. If you like watching long form YouTube videos, that's where my best work is. I've got a lot of cool stuff on there, a lot of good hunting videos, and I'm just gonna keep racking them up. And if you guys like my stuff or hate it, leave a comment, because I love all comments. I respond to pretty much every single one of them. So thank you guys for watching. I'll see you next time. Appreciate y'all.